I'm Dr. Ellie Cannon. I'm a GP and a health writer, and I'm going to talk to you about how to spot ovulation symptoms. Ovulation is the time in your cycle when your ovaries release an egg, and therefore the time when you're at your most fertile, which is why people want to know when they're ovulating. The symptoms of ovulation in most women are actually very subtle. So I would recommend, if you're trying to conceive, rather than timing intercourse with ovulation, you should actually be having sex regularly 3 times a week throughout your cycle. Most women are aware of the fact that they ovulate in the middle of their cycle, what is called day 14. But actually, this is only the case for women who have an exact 28-day cycle. You actually ovulate 14 days before your next period, not 14 days after your last one. And again, this makes timing the fertile period quite difficult because you can't say when your next period is going to come unless you have very regular periods. There are a few symptoms you can look for to see whether or not you're ovulating. In most women, these are very subtle, but some people are very sure about the time they're ovulating because their symptoms are very recognizable. Firstly, when you're ovulating, your temperature slightly goes up, but this would not be enough for you to notice just by feeling hot. You need to take your temperature regularly throughout the month at the same time each day, and you will notice a few days in the middle of the month where your temperature is very slightly higher than it is normally. Secondly, some women notice pain when they're ovulating, which would normally be felt as quite a dull ache in either the left or the right lower corner of your tummy, which you would feel for about 1 day in the middle of the month. Lastly, the ovulation symptom you may notice is a change in the normal discharge that most women have. During ovulation, this becomes thinner and more slippery, and some women realise this is when they're ovulating. And that is how to spot the symptoms of ovulation. Remember, as I've said, in most women, these are actually very subtle and quite difficult to spot.